Come on.
This is hype as hell, dude.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TL's Roadhouse. Good to have y'all in the house with us today. Greylan James is with us, man. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Bro, so excited to be here, bro.
Man, congratulations on everything. You've had a great career as a songwriter, tons of cuts, and things have been rocking for you, and now you're stepping into the water of the artist path, man. Was that an initial dream when you came to town, or did you come here just to be a songwriter?
Oh, bro, 100%. I think that, growing up, not a lot of people dream about being a songwriter. I think now that's becoming more of a thing. But, when I was growing up, I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I grew up when Chesney was crushing it. And, he's from my hometown. And everybody was just talking about this local guy that went on to be a country star. And I was like, that's what I want to be. So it was always that. And I started writing songs when I was, in my teens, around middle school. And I was just writing songs by myself about the girls I had crushes on, and then moved to Nashville and was like, oh my God, my songs suck, and you can't get a record deal when your songs suck. And so I just started writing songs, fell into it. People started recording them, and I was like,
so let's talk about the craft of writing songs, because I remember when I came to town, man. I came with a whole bunch of old cassette tapes and a notebook full of things, and because I just learned structure from listening to songs that I like, just like all of us do.
Yeah.
And I thought I was writing good songs too until I got here and I met Bob DePiro. And
it's my first publisher,
and Paul Nelson and Larry Boone and Dean Dillon, and got to write with all these legendary songwriters and realized just how bad I sucked. But I mean, how did you come up with your own style? There's so much about structure that it's hard to figure out when you're just digesting other people's lyrics when you don't really understand. Did you write poetry? What was your foundation that really got you rolling?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I got to Nashville, same thing. I got here thinking I was hot shit. I was gonna write these songs, people wouldn't record them, I was gonna play stadiums with them, and that just wasn't the case. They were bad, and I couldn't figure out why they were bad, so I just started listening to other people's songs, and instead of just listening to them, I also read the lyrics when I was listening to them, and I would just really analyze the lyrics, and I'd also look at the credits and be like, all right, Shane McAnally is a super descriptive writer, and he knows how to use wordplay, and I love how he's using the wordplay. He's describing a sunset in a different way, and he's using down in the same line as up, and he's answering cold with hot, and it was poetry, and I'd never looked at songs like that growing up. I just kind of listened to them, was like, that sounds like a smash. But
there's a lot more to songwriting than just rhyming the end word at the end of the line.
100%.
And you look at things like In Color that Jamie Johnson wrote. Being able to get that visual imagery when you close your eyes and be able to paint that tapestry with words is a very fascinating craft.
Oh, dude, that line, I mean, you can't tell it here, but it was hot that June. Rose is red and her eyes are blue.
That's descriptive.
I mean, that's so crazy.
It's just imagery.
You're talking about literally the black and white of you should have seen it in color. You can't tell it here. Saying the hook in a third verse without saying the hook is, I mean, that literally just gives me chills. And
it's brilliant writing.
It's brilliant writing. And so, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that inspires the hell out of me and makes me try to write a plain title, a plain idea, the girl walks into a bar or whatever, but describe it in a different way and just being observant. And, some of my favorite songwriters, some of the ones you said, they write songs like that. And so when I got here, I was like, okay, like that's what I got to do to be competitive. And it really took reading lyrics to change everything for me. And that's what it did.
And it's fascinating too. I study those things a lot, man. I look at structure and how songs are put together. And, the pop and rock world, you ever looked at the lyrics of some really huge pop and rock records? A lot of times they don't make sense.
Don't make sense.
I mean, imagery wise, they're much more melodically based, and I get a lot more passion out of the more descriptive lyrics. Personally.
100%. Well, I think pop now is starting to lean that way. I mean, and I think that's really the turn of the decade with COVID. With TikTok, and people are reading lyrics on a video, and lyrics have this newfound importance, which is so convenient for guys like us that love lyrics. And you're seeing the pop genre really get descriptive, and their songs actually make sense. In the early 2000s, it was just get an OM before the chorus ends, dude, and it sounded like a hit. But now it's really exciting to go onto that side and see country music kind of infiltrating the pop stuff.
Yeah, and pretty much everything's been written.
Yeah, of course.
In some shape, form, or fashion. So being able to find fresh new ways to be creative and make that stuff come alive.
Oh, man, that's the fun part, dude.
It really is, man.
That's the fun part.
It's gratifying, too. I always say that it's kind of like going to a $200 an hour therapist you don't have to pay for, especially co-writes. I love co-writes, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, and people can't really understand like how awkward that is at first. You know, when you walk in with 3 dudes you've never met before, or 2 dudes, and you're like, all right, bro, I'm going through a breakup right now. Like, let's talk about it. I mean, that's a random thing to do. You don't ever do that in any other situation in life, I don't think.
Where you sit down with people you don't know and literally share things. Because that's
super personal,
the first 30 minutes to an hour when you're with the new guys or new writers that you're sitting down with. You're kind of purging some of those things out. It's kind of a fascinating way to approach things that is very completely out of normal. When you meet people, you just don't share those kind of things.
No, and that's what's special about our format and in our town. And I think that's what makes country music different than any other genre is you have grown adults sitting down talking about their feelings and writing about it. That's what makes our genre incredibly special, bro.
You know, and the growth of a songwriter too, and I'm sure you have progressed to that. You know, as a young writer, I found everything was much more personal to me because the only thing that I knew to write about were things that I'd experienced, things that I'd lived through, the heartbreaks and things. And you seem to write better heartbreak songs when you were going through the heartbreak.
Yeah.
But as you mature, being able to draw on those feelings and go back and remember that pain and that suffering, you don't have to be going through it at that particular time. Just remembering what it felt like, you can still tap in and draw on that, can't you?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, you know, people ask me all the time, like, do you write better songs when you're happy or when you're sad? And it's like, well, you know, I write better happy songs when I'm happy and sad songs when I'm sad. You know, I think that I've really leaned on imagination. You mentioned Bob DiPiero earlier. You know, when I first got here, Bob was who signed me to my first publishing deal, and you know, I asked him for a lot of advice. And one of his first pieces of advice that he gave me was, you know, he was from Youngstown, Ohio, which is just a steel town up there, and not a lot of trucks driving around, not a lot of farms hanging around there. And he was like, man, I've had, you know, 20, 30 number ones. All of them talk about trucks, farms. And he's like, it's all about imagination. That's what it is. And being really in touch with your imagination, watching movies, reading books, listening to people's stories, being observant. When you drive by a farm, what does it look like? What are the tiny little details? Because you never know when you're going to need that for a song, because that's what makes it relatable. So imagination is a big part. So even when you're happy, being able to write a sad song and really not forgetting your feelings of what you went through when you were sad. And because as songwriters, we go through so many different phases in our personal lives. You guys still be able to write a badass heartbreak song when you're happy as hell. Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself hitting the wall and kind of going into a writer's block, and how did you get out of it?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I think it's just not falling in love with what I do. You know, I think that I try to listen to other songs on my way into town, and again, I still feel like I was when I was 18, 19 years old, just trying to listen to songs and stay inspired. Finding new artists and new songwriters and being like, oh man, I love what they're doing here. I would have never thought to do that in that bridge, or never thought to do that in that second verse. That shit inspires the hell out of me. But mainly because I'm competitive. I'm like, bro, I need to do that, or that person's going to steal all my cuts, dude. So I think it's just trying to stay inspired and you know, trying to stay competitive really helps me. And I mean, I think that just always having a good title, always taking the time to sit down, watch a movie, read a book, always helps.
Yeah, finding a great idea that has the most impact on everything that we do. You know, I mean, there's a lot of great writers around. But finding something that you really sink your teeth into, that you can really
great idea, bro.
And I found for me, and everybody's not this way. If I can close my eyes and I can visualize the scenario, the lyric comes easier for me. If I struggle seeing the picture in my mind of the picture that we're painting, then I struggle through a whole ride. I find that I fight it.
Oh no, 100%. Well, you know, so I was part of writing a song for Jordan Davis called Next Thing You Know, and that song was it was a complicated song to write because, you know, I was writing with 2 or 3 other dads in that room, and you know, it was hard for me at first. You know, when we were talking about, you know, getting married, having kids. I don't have a wife, don't have kids, and so again, you know, that was just one of those days where I was like, all right, this is different for me. You know, it's not a breakup song. It's not about falling in love. You know, this is about a process of life that I've not been through yet. But it was just leaning on my parents. And again, you know, just staying inspired by the people around me and the situations around me, and writing about how my parents raised me and looking at, you know, how they raised me and my brother, you know, in the family atmosphere. And so that helped me through that ride. But it's every situation's different, man, for sure.
What's the most unique title to you that you've ever written?
Oh, I would say, I mean, this is not me promoting my new song, but "Water at a Wedding." It is my new song, but that title was something that, you know, you come into the room with, and it's like, this is different, you know, and especially the concept about.
I love the twist at the end where you disclose that it could be your child.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty,
you know,
cool. That was a great little twist.
Oh, thank you. You know, that's you know, riding with two other buddies, you know, that are not afraid to chase a crazy idea. And you know,
how long did that take?
That one took a little bit, about 3-4 hours, I'd say. You know, a lot of it was finding the groove, because we knew we had a special idea, and we had a special story, and we just didn't want to mess it up. And
about 3 or 4 hours. That's pretty typical.
That's actually pretty
to
fast.
Really hammer one out. I mean, that seems to be a good time. Sometimes some take a little bit longer, but that's
all my co-writers are gonna be watching this, being like 3-4 hours. No, there's no way. Greylan J's writing that. No, there's no way, bro. I usually take a lot longer than that.
Do you remember a songwriter named Kim Williams? He wrote. Kim and I wrote. Me and Randy Boudreau and Kim wrote together. Kim had a very unique approach, and rest his soul, he's passed away in the last few years. But Kim would sit down. I mean, he would get on his laptop, and I remember me and Boudreau, we'd be in a room over at Sony Tree, and Kim would write down everything you said. It didn't matter what came out, and he would just literally blast through everything. And when we were done, I mean, those writes took an hour and a half, 2 hours a song. We'd write 2 or 3 songs a day.
Oh, 100%.
And I like a little bit slower approach, really hammering out and getting as much out of each line as you can possibly get, and massaging through those lyrics personally.
I don't know how you feel, you know, being an artist and being on the road so much. I mean, for me, since I've been doing that, you know, I'm writing less songs. And
I have a hard time writing on the road.
Yeah, me too. And, you know, I really value each idea, especially when I'm like, okay, I really want to attach my name to this, and my soul to this kind of song. And so I usually make sure that we're doing it the right way. Sometimes I'll get halfway through it and be like, are we sure this is right? Are we sure this is right? Because, you know, if we get it right, people want to listen to this probably for the rest of their lives if they love it that much. Yeah. So I want to value it that way. So I do put that pressure on it, which usually leads to a 5 or 6 hour write, and everybody's starving by the end of it. But you know, I really do take my time. But there's some guys, man, I mean, they can write a song in 2 hours and it'd be a smash, and they're golfing in the afternoon. I'm not that guy.
Do you, are you real hands-on with your demos?
Yeah, so I do all the production for my demos typically. That was not something that I originally wanted to do or plan on doing. So my first publishing deal I signed, I was making $12,000 to write songs here, and which is not a lot. But I knew I wanted to get my songs recorded, but yeah, I couldn't afford them, and so I just had my parents buy me Pro Tools. And
so were you pretty much playing everything, or just doing bare bones demos?
Yeah, so I learned how to really kind of do all of it. I just got obsessed with YouTube, and I was like, man, I'm just going to figure out how to make these sound good, and got obsessed with it, and, you know, kept buying more and more gear as I progressed. And before I knew it, I usually do my demos after I write them. Yeah.
Are you doing track stuff too when you're writing some of your guys? That seems to be the new thing everybody's doing these days.
I can't write while running a track. That's just not my thing. Yeah, it's never my thing, because, again, what if I want to change it? And I hate getting a verse in. I'm like, are we sure this is the right tempo, the right key, the right groove? I get, I don't know, kind of panicked on that. So I have a hard time committing that early. So I usually just like to write on acoustic.
Yeah. So have you cut a full album yet?
I've not cut a full album yet. So it's been a kind of a wild journey for me. You know, I signed a record deal.
Where at?
So with Big Machine Records.
Cool.
Okay. Signed there about 2 years ago now. I fell in love with writing songs. You know, I had a couple hits on some other people, and I was like, man, this is kind of chill. You know, I live out in Wilson County, bro, and I just get to go home, hang with my dog, and just kind of live that life and be at home all the time. But then, you know, I kind of miss being on the road and playing shows and seeing people react to my songs.
Did they shut you down from going out and working when you signed the deal? Did it kind of reel you back in?
I kind of shut myself down. You know, when I I started having songs recorded by other people. I'm like, man, this is so easy, and you know, like I don't have to go out. All my artist buddies were so tired all the time. But also, you know, my first handful of cuts came through COVID over Zoom, and so I didn't really get to go to shows. But then, you know, about 2022, 2023, I started like going to shows, and I got to see my songs played at stadiums and arenas, and I was like, shit, dude, I miss this. Like, I want to do that. You know, it's got to be a crazy adrenaline rush, and I wasn't happy backstage. I wanted to be on stage, and so I started putting out songs, you know, kind of on my own, independently. And then Big Machine heard them, signed me, and again, thought it was going to be a rocket ship again, and it was not that. You know, TikTok came along.
So when you slid into that label deal, what was the strategy? Did they shelve you for a couple of years, like where you're at now? Did they tell you to go write a bunch of songs? Did you kind of go into development mode with the label? Is kind of where I'm going.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. I mean, it was a confusing time, and I think everybody on my team would say that, you know, because when I signed, you know, they told me like, hey, we don't care about numbers, like we don't care about your TikTok numbers, your followers, because I didn't have any, and I was like, that's why I'm signing with you guys, because you don't care about that, because the other ones, you know, they want me to get, you know, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 followers, you know, millions of views constantly, and I just didn't have that. And they were like, we don't care, we're gonna go straight to radio. And then I signed, and within 2 months they're like, wait, we need numbers. And I was like, oh shit. And
was there any personnel changes that made that switch?
Yeah, I think somebody had come in and like,
because a lot of times that's what will happen, a philosophy change.
I think somewhere way higher up above my pay grade came in and was like, hey, like we need proof that we're going to make money before we spend money. And which makes sense kind of logically, but you know, for me, I'm like, hey, sometimes I know a song is great, but it's just not hitting the right algorithm, or I'm not making the right videos. Like, I don't know how this shit works. And I was by no means a great content creator. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just a songwriter that wanted to put out my songs. And I really took a step back. You know, I was playing kind of just really bad shows and recording songs with no recording budget for a little bit. And it was mainly just because I could not get numbers and people to care. And a lot of that was on me too, because I thought the songs would speak for themselves, and a lot of times that doesn't happen, which is sad.
So what were the things that they did that kind of got you into the last 4 or 5 months of where you're at? Did they bring somebody in to help you with content? Had they had you out on a radio tour yet? Where are you at kind of with your career?
You know, I think a lot of it falls on me, because I thought that, you know, I could sign a record deal and put out songs I wrote with hit songwriters, you know, around me, that people would just be like, this is a hit song, fuck yeah, you know, I'm going to stream this, I'm going to like this video. That's just not how it works. You need to build a story and let people know who you are, which is kind of how it's always been. You know, people want to know who the artist is singing it and why they're singing that, and I just wasn't giving them that. And I'd say over the past like 6-8 months, I've let people into my personal life. I've given more backstory to the songs, and I'm not really doing cheesy TikToks. I don't think I am. Some people might disagree, but I'm really just letting people know like what went into writing the song, and letting them know about my story, and just being more authentic in front of the camera, just like I am in the studio. So just bring that same authenticity, you know, into people's cell phones.
Have they had you on a radio tour yet?
I'm doing the radio tour right now.
Yeah. That's a grind, brother.
It is, bro. You know what? But I've actually enjoyed it, because you know, it's a lot of people that come from an era that I fucking loved, you know, the 90s and the 2000s and 2010s. Like I can talk music with them, you know, pre all the content stuff. You know, they can talk about radio hits that I fell in love with. Now they're hard out there for sure, but
there's just so much competition in the chart space is so small. I mean, what are they playing, 18 currents or something? I mean, it's tight. I mean, you're competing against everybody and their brother, and every label has 5 or 6 artists that are competing for that small amount of space. It's tough out there.
Oh, it's tough as shit, dude. And I mean, and there's so many different factors and variables that go into things. You know, everybody wants numbers from one person, but then you see somebody with no numbers get a number one. You're like, what the shit? Well, then you see somebody, I mean, and vice versa. So it's just like, the field goal is, you know, it's always moving, the goalposts are, and the main thing is just kind of keeping your head down and being like, all right, I'm just going to put out great songs that I love, and we'll see what the hell happens.
So growing up, did you grow up in the same town where Kenny went to high school?
Yeah. So within a 5-minute span, it was me.
Did you know him when you were young? Or
I didn't, dude.
A big age gap. Kenny and I are the same age, so we kind of got here in Nashville about the same time. We've known each other for years.
Crazy, bro. His stories from moving here are wild. I mean, I grew up like in Halls, and he's from Gibbs, and then him and Morgan Wallen went to the same high school, and right down the road from me was Kelsey Ballerini, and then Travis Hill, Scooter Caruso, great writer. He's from around my hometown, so some in the Knoxville waters have kind of risen, but Kenny really got the ball rolling. Dolly Parton's from out there, so country music's rich out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of great history and like great culture up there. Not only country, but bluegrass.
Oh yeah,
just the
Roy
hill music.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of great talent.
Chet Atkins from out there too.
And you know, if you get up to Bristol was like what a lot of people say it should have been the home of country music too.
Yeah, they thought it was gonna be the Opry out there.
A lot of deep history there in the Bristol area.
Oh, dude, the bluegrass up there is badass. But yeah, dude, I met Kenny my first time. You know, I grew up like, holy shit, I dress up as him for Halloween. You can probably find that picture somewhere on the dark web, but it's somewhere on there. And I always wanted to be like Kenny. And then when I was like 10 or 11 years old, I was in a bluegrass band that was out in Clinton, Tennessee, and we played this like little corporate event for a beer company, and I was the mandolin player. And I remember we were playing, and the crowd just like left the front of the stage and went to the very back. And I was like, what's going on back there? And my bass player leaned over and he's like, I think that's Kenny Chesney back there. They're saying it's Kenny Chesney. I was like, oh my God, dude. And freaked out. And, you know, I got to talk to him for a brief second and ask him for advice. I was like, yo, like, I want to be a country music singer. Like, any advice for me? It was like, stay in school and learn how to write songs. And then he just moved on to somebody else. And I was like, oh my God. And, you know, fast forward, 14 years later, my first cut ever was with Kenny Chesney, and my first number one was with Kenny Chesney. And he didn't even know like that I'd met him before. And he texted me and the other writers on that song and were like, hey man, this is Kenny, you know, thank you guys so much for the song. And I texted him that picture of when I met him that night. I was like, hey bro, I didn't stay in school, you know, I did not go to college, but I learned how to write songs. Thank you for recording the song.
That's cool.
And he called me just freaking out. He's like, this has never happened to me. I'm old as shit, dude. I was like, yeah, kind of, yeah.
So have you been doing a lot of dates out on the road right now, or just basically the radio tour stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, last year I was gone 220 days last year. It was a lot. And, you know, we're on this awesome tour bus right now. We are not on a tour bus. We're in between Chrysler Pacificas and Sprinter vans right now. But knock on wood, I think we're going to be on our first bus this fall, which is going to be exciting.
Game changing.
Scary,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're going to play so many video games. It's going to be just video games and beer, dude.
See, everybody thinks it's like Motley Crue where it's cocaine and boobs everywhere. It's really just a bunch of dudes in basketball shorts playing video
Oh,
games
dude,
and watching YouTube.
It's the classic meme. He's probably cheating with his boys. Like they're probably all cheating right on the road. It's us playing just Mario Kart, dude, and drinking Natural Light, bro. That's all. That's all it is, dude.
There's something about the bus, man. Once you get used to being on the bus, I mean, it's got its own vibe. I mean, I during COVID, I think that was the hardest thing for me was not getting on the freaking bus every weekend. I mean, I miss riding. I miss hearing the engine fire up, man.
Oh, dude, I'm sure. I mean, it's a completely different life. Like I feel like your mood changes. I've been on the road riding with other artists on their buses. I'm like, God, this is so nice, dude. But it's hard. Did you ever go through the phase of like, when you were early on in your career, like getting the tour bus for the first time, did you ever have that fear of going back? No, that's where I'm at right now.
No, my things took off really, really big for me early on, man. Things kind of exploded pretty heavy. You know, I was running two buses pretty quick. My first, I remember one of the first buses I hadn't told the story in a long time. It was an old Alabama bus, and it was a standard shift. And my bus driver, Earl Clark, was this big, huge Indian fella. Earl was with me off and on for years. But the bus was so old, the couches were falling apart and everything. And when he would have to downshift, and about 20, 30 yards from a stop sign or a red light, he'd have to push the brake all the way down and let it go and count to 10, and then it would stop. He'd grab real hard. Oh. It was a piece of shit. I mean, it smoked to high heaven. It was a piece of crap. We're lucky we didn't die in the thing. I mean, we weren't in it but a couple of weeks. It was really bad. And then my second, when I got the first two buses that I had, they were Garth's buses. The Garth's first two buses, it was a 12 bunk band crew bus, and then it was a 5-bunk bus that it had a little bathroom, and then 3 bunks on one side and 2 on the other where the bathroom was, something like that. It was configured. And then the back half of it was a warehouse, and it had a door. So we carried all of our merchandise and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't pull trailers. It was the back half of that bus was where we hauled all of our stuff at. So that was, and they were ugly. They were baby shit green. They were terrible with pink and green squiggles on them. They were the ugliest buses on the road. They were awful.
So people can see you come from a mile away,
God,
dude.
they were so bad.
Shit,
so
dude.
bad. Buses have come. See, back then we didn't have satellite dishes. I mean, we listened to a lot of music. I mean, we had big CD boxes.
You had to.
Because I mean, we were listening to music constantly. I mean, it was movies and VHS. All that stuff.
Damn,
I mean, so
I bet it was fun as hell.
It was so much fun back then, man. I mean, we were like a gang. It was us against the world back then. And that was the fun part about it.
Did they have restrooms on them back then? I've never even thought to ask that question. But
Well, you could. Well, yeah.
But you couldn't do what people are doing on the pool over there, dude.
Well, yeah. You put a trash bag in there and then throw it at the roadside. You ever bag a toilet?
No.
That's things you got to do.
I've never
sometimes.
done that.
That's an emergency.
I've had twice.
Oh, dude, that's going to be my first weekend on the bus. I'm going to do that, dude.
So I've heard rumors that when David Allen Coe had a black bus, and it had nothing in it, it had carpet in it, and they had a 5-gallon bus. They put pallets and stuff down that everybody rode on, and David Allen had a limo that he drove, and he followed the bus. He wouldn't ride the bus, but they pissed in a 5-gallon bucket. And there was nothing in it. They just had bedding laid around on it, and they'd piss in a bucket.
That's the most David Allen Coe thing I've ever heard in my life. Dude.
Yeah. But he didn't ride the bus. He drove the limo and followed behind him. That's what I've heard for years. You ever heard that?
He had his own bucket back here. I mean.
He had his own bucket.
Oh my God!
You hear all kinds of David Allen stories, man. I mean,
I mean, that's actually a very light David Allen.
What's the craziest story that you've heard about an artist that it's comfortable to share? Something that you've heard that's just wow, that you go, that can't be true.
Oh my God! I don't know if I can say those.
Yes,
dude,
you can. You can do it, Jesse. You can do it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, dude. I mean, any Luke Bryan story is always, interesting as shit, dude. Exactly.
He don't give a shit. Come on.
No, dude. I mean, no, he is. He's wild. I mean, I played at Watershed with him last year, and we had just met and written a song together, and. We were out there. And he's like, man, like you need to go golf with us. And he proceeds to just, we're drinking a shit ton of whiskey backstage, and he goes on stage and just somehow is just remembering all the. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it. I mean, I about fell off the Watershed, the back of it, and I mean it was a long day. But so we come back and we all go golfing. And it's me, him, and Cole Swindell and Aldine. It's like the day of the election, and so we go out and we're all kind of golfing, and I was kind of nervous. I'm not a great golfer. Like I'm just not. This is not a road story, but this is just a Luke Bryan story.
Okay.
And so we're out there, and I'm nervous as shit. We're out there kind of riding, kind of playing golf, and it was me and another producer writer that were in our cart together, and Luke's kind of talking to us. He's like, "All right, boys, like get up there and y'all tee off first." I'm like, "Oh fuck, no, I don't want to," and I hate teeing off in front of people anyway. And so I get up there, and he's like, "All right, on the tee box. This is one of the best guitar players I've ever seen in my life." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking nice." He's like, "So let's see if he's as good with the golf club, as he is with the guitar." And so I get up there, I'm shaking, dude, and I go in there, I hit it about like 6 feet, 6 feet, and I was like, "Oh God!" He's like, "Hit another one." He's like, "No, just a reminder, my house is over there, so don't hit my house." I'm like, "Why would you say that, dude? Now I'm gonna hit it, bro." And so I get up there again, and I shank it, and I go dead right, and he's like, "I think you need to stick a guitar, buddy. I think you need to stick a fucking guitar."
I can hear his voice, dude.
Oh my God.
Just fucking with you, dude.
And dude, and so, my song came out this past weekend, and dude, he's on the road with a couple of the buddies that I wrote the song with, and he texts me, he's like, "That song's a lot better than your golf swing."
Can't let it go, can he?
Dude, he cannot let it go.
That's awesome.
So I'm playing some shows with him this fall, and I know that it's going to be just a roast fest, dude. But yeah.
Yeah, he's got a great sense of humor, man.
He is.
He just
He's
loves
crazy
to
as
jack with
shit.
people. He has a good time. We got to do Wrigley Field with him last year. Him and Bailey. Yeah, it was Bailey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was packed, dude.
Oh,
It was
I bet it
freaking
was.
awesome. Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Probably
Those are marquee events, man. Those are really cool things that we get to do periodically. What's one of the coolest things you've got to do?
Bro, I got to play Red Rocks, and that was insane, dude. I mean, and that was my first year of like really hitting it hard touring, and That was insane to me. That place was unreal. I'm kind of a little guy. I'm 5'9" on a good day, and so like looking up, I was like, "Holy shit!"
It's magnificent, and
it's unreal.
It's just a phenomenal place. Another place, and I don't know if you played it, is the Gorge out in Washington.
Yeah, yep.
That's just a phenomenal. The scenery is just freaking unbelievable.
Place is unreal, dude. That's definitely one of the bucket list ones. I'm actually playing Watershed at the Gorge again in 2 weeks, so I'm so stoked to get back out there.
Cool,
and
man.
they also have the little place where you can hit a golf ball into the Gorge.
Yeah.
And I tried to do that last year, dude. It was just awful.
You make it farther than 6 feet.
Well, dude, I did, but it goes straight off, like it goes down like that. So I mean, it's hard to like look like you did shitty, but I somehow pulled that off. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's terrible.
So I understand you're a good cook.
Dude, I am. I don't know who told y'all that, but I love that, bro.
Let's talk culinary, man. So Junior down here, Junior don't eat anything vegetable wise. He don't eat anything green.
Eat vegetables?
If a fifth grader will eat it, man, I'm all about it. Pizza Lunchables, pizza sub.
How are you alive?
Because they make vitamins, dude. You don't have to eat vegetables. It's great. See, there's this thing called vitamins.
Bro, I know your body's just black on the inside.
So I've been working on my Brussels sprouts recipe. So I got this.
Dude.
Brussels sprouts, there's a trick to them. So I'll blanch them for about 5 minutes. In warm water, and then I will put them on a roasting pan. I toss them in a little olive oil, salt, and pepper on them, bake them for about 20 minutes, and then I let them cool off. While they're finishing up, I do a reduction. I'll take honey, sriracha, some rich maple syrup, a little cayenne pepper, and I'll reduce that down. After I get them out and dry them off, I'll toss those in that just kind of drizzle them. I don't get it real thick, and then I put them in a cast iron skillet, and I finish them off for about 10 minutes. That cast iron, and they'll caramelize just a little bit. There's those Brussels are so good, dude.
Oh, dude, with the honey, the maple syrup is crazy. I've not heard that one. Yeah. I've just
and I'm still playing. I'm playing with the reduction. Yeah. I'm adding things, taking things out. So I'm just kind of playing around, trying to figure out new ways to do it, to give it a little kick.
Oh, 100%, dude. The Brussels sprouts, like I love how people are starting to do the honey with them and getting a little crisp on them too. And I've been doing them with hot honey and kind of.
God, I got some hot honey from the farmer's market last week. That's freaking phenomenal.
That should blow your mind. I'm trying to. So I also garden a good bit. I don't like to say garden actually. I farm, dude. I farm in my backyard in my subdivision house. But yeah, so I grow a lot of stuff back there, and so I've been growing a cayenne pepper and so I made my own like little crushed red pepper and my own like little cayenne seasoning and all that stuff. Cool. And so it's been fun to cook with that. But so I've been doing some hot honey and trying to figure that out.
What's your kind of go-to dishes?
Oh man, so I love Italian cooking right now. I fell in love with that, and so I've been growing some of those San Marzano tomatoes in my backyard.
They are the best. You can get canned tomatoes from that area from Italy, and I love Italian.
Oh yeah, dude, I get those at Kroger, dude. The little black ones, and so I usually cook with those, and so I've learned how to do the same thing, like peel them, boil them for a little bit, peel them, make my own pasta sauce, and do that. And I got a pasta maker, and so I've been like making my own pasta and all that, and making the noodles and figuring that out.
It's amazing to me how many different ways you can make a caprese salad.
Oh, it's crazy.
Because it's crazy. I mean, every restaurant you go to that does it, I love like those purple heirloom tomatoes.
Oh, the heirlooms are...
With the thick balsamic. Oh, that's the good stuff.
Oh, man. It's fantastic, dude. Bro, I'm locked in on it. Anything Italian right now, the caprese salad, man, I'm really trying to figure out.
Have you done anything with eggplant?
I have done eggplant parm.
So I haven't. I need to spend some time working out. From what I understand, you have to press the moisture out of the eggplant when you slice it. You use that as your pasta, but you really got to press the moisture out of it. And there's a little kind of a lengthy process too, isn't it?
Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, that's one of the longer dishes, the more complicated ones. That So I got a cookbook, dude, for my birthday from Italy, and that's one of the ones I look at. I'm like, okay, 2 hours prep. I got this, dude. Just lock in.
I love the prep, man.
Oh, I love the prep, dude. And a lot of times I don't even like eating. I just was like, I love just. I think it's just the creative juices that just get sunk into something that's not music. I feel that way about my garden, and just going out there and picking tomatoes and turning tomatoes into a sauce, and turning eggplant. So I've been growing eggplant, turning that into a pasta. It's just seeing the result. It's kind of like writing a song, seeing a title turn into a song is. It's fun, man.
It really is, man. I had Emily Ann Roberts on, and she was trying to. Bless her. That girl. She's the sweetest soul on the planet.
She is.
She's like she's an old Meemaw, and she'll tell you. She was trying to teach me how to crochet. I ain't no crochet.
Yeah, bro.
But they've got a huge garden and everything. She is a true little country girl, man.
She is, dude. She's country
cool.
shit, dude.
Cool.
She's from my neck of the woods too. She's
Yeah.
out in Knoxville. I actually played some shows with her way back in the day, and I was like, dude, this girl is a star.
She's so talented, man.
She's one of the ones like I don't know how Nashville has not looked at her and been like,
I know.
What are we doing here? She's a fantastic songwriter, one of my favorite voices in country music. And now that we've got females just crushing, I don't know how she's not just taking over right now.
She's got a lot on social media too. She's really good at that.
She's so good at that.
She really
dude.
is. I mean, she's feeding that monster all the time.
Yeah, dude. It's a matter of time before she's just everywhere. If she's not already, she might be. I mean, she's
I think
unbelievable.
she's just biding her time. Her time's going to come. You know, Lainey. It took Lainey a good 10 years,
time.
and then Ella's taking her time to pop. She's just exploding this year. Emily's going to fall, and
I think so too.
There's just a small tight.
I love the way she's
chart
doing
space,
it,
man. But she's definitely making a name for herself.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's and I love like her and her husband's relationship. Looking at that on TikTok every now and then, I'm like, they're funny as shit.
You know, that's the scary thing. I think the competition is stiffer now, just coming to Nashville than it's ever been. I mean, it was tough in the '90s, but the chart system was bigger. I mean, they were doing more currents. I mean, I don't think there was near as many people. Lower Broad has brought so many young, talented people in that are great singers, songwriters, musicians.
Yep.
It's just hard to cut through the muck and get recognized.
Dude, it is. I mean, it feels like there's more people than ever trying to do it, but there's less ways to do it. Which is just a...
what do you mean?
You know, I think that early when I got here, 2015, 2016, everybody was talking about the shrinking of, publishing, and there's less and less songwriters, less and less, songwriters that people can sign to publishing companies, and they're cutting down, they're letting song pluggers go. Now they're hiring more song pluggers, they're signing more writers, but there's not as many artists that are willing to cut outside songs. I just signed with Sony last year, and walking into that building, I look around there, I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
And that's wild. But I mean, I've been here 10 years, and I usually know the people that are in there, that are writing the songs, that are making the records. But there's less records getting out, and there's less people cutting outside songs, but there's more songwriters than ever moving here trying to do it.
Yeah.
Wild.
I remember in the early 90s, there was a group of songwriters like Paul Nelson. I'm sure you remember him. And I mean, they were some of the early ones that really just started coming out on the road with artists. I mean, they'd come out with me, they'd come out with Lone Star, they were going out with these different guys and just come out and spend the weekend. And they were getting into that nest of people and writing, and that's how they were getting all those cuts back then. That seems to kind of be the norm with everybody going out and spending time on the road and kind of getting into the camp and just developing those relationships. That's how you're getting all the cuts these days, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've gotten cuts kind of both ways, but I mean, mostly on the road, writing with the artists, which is, again, it's hard to meet them because they're gone all the time. Yeah. And, you really got to, I tell young writers all the time, like, just hang out at bars, meet somebody that's got a hell of a voice before anybody else knows that they do, and just
easier said than done.
Get some dirt on them, dude, and just write some hit songs with them. And I mean, that's just the way to attach it. I mean, like looking at Ella, I mean, some of those people on those first couple songs of hers, it's their first number ones, and getting attached to that. But they got 6 or 7 songs on the album. I mean, that's how you kind of build a career, and then you get to write with some of the people that are gone all the time, the Jordan Davises, the Cole Swindells of the world that will take chances on new writers with new success. But it's hard, man. I don't envy people that just moved here.
Do you view your role like when you do get asked to go out and write with somebody? Yeah. Is it supportive, or do you come in with your own ideas, or do you help them with their idea, or what's your role?
It depends. That's always I'm going to let the songwriter secret out, dude. A lot of times when we write with artists on the road, we get in there and we do have our ideas that I'm like, okay, like if we can get around to this idea, I feel like it's a hit, or at least it's a contender for whatever they're needing. But a lot of times the artists, when they know they've got songwriters coming out, they have their ideas too. And sometimes they're fucking awesome. Yeah. Sometimes they are terrible. Sometimes they are ideas that make you go, How did you think that was good? Are you drunk right now? But as songwriters, we have to say that's so good, bro. Even when it's so bad, you're like, oh, dude, I see exactly what you're thinking, dude.
And sometimes you think you've got a good idea and you get into it and it just, you know, halfway through you just go through the exercise and finish it just because you need to finish what you started.
100%.
But it happens that way sometimes.
Dude, I've walked into rooms and been like, listen to this shit. And then we get halfway through and we're like, did this make sense at some point? Because this is not making any sense. I mean, as writers, I mean, you just kind of got to suck it up. And a lot of times too, like some of those simple ideas that an artist has, they're also coming from a different perspective than the songwriters are. I mean, they're seeing fans every single night, the funnel cake eaters that are just kind of not singing the lyrics, but they know the title and they know the hooky part of the chorus. So they're coming from a different perspective. And sometimes songwriters, we want to go in and write a song that's just so perfect. Sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to have just a great feel. So it's always an enlightening experience getting to write with somebody on a tour bus and then go see them play a show and you're like, oh shit, like they do have a different finger on the pulse.
I think one of the most frustrating things as a writer at times too can be when you write something very intellectual that's very apropos and poetic and stuff, and you kind of get shot down by the publisher that it might be a little over your audience's head.
100%.
That frustrates me a lot because I think we underestimate our listening audience in country music a lot.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, but as a craftsman, when you're crafting that song, you want it to have as much depth and as meaning as you possibly can.
Yeah. I had a publisher one time tell me, I won't say his name, but he told me, he was like, man, you gotta choose between, do you want to be a guy that's got 50 number ones, or do you want somebody that's got 5 song of the years? And I was like, I think I'd rather have the 5 song of the years. I like that a lot better. And just mainly because I remember those 5 song of the years a lot more than, some of those 50, 60 number ones, which I mean, that's obviously a incredible accomplishment. But I think there's a difference between, hotel art and museum art. And you just got to decide which one you want to be.
Very well said.
And so I would rather, I'd rather have songs that live forever and that make people, in 10, 15 years go, damn, because that's what I did. I don't really remember the songs that were kind of like just phoned in, paid for number ones. I don't really remember those. I remember the Live Like You Were Dying, There Goes My Life, The Time Marches On, like the songs that make you go, I'm sure there was fights in the label about putting the song out because it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've had those fights with labels too, and won a few battles, lost a few battles. I mean, that's just part of the game. Sometimes you got to bend like a tree, and you're going to figure that out as you go through. So, production-wise, with where you're going, I was listening to Wedding and Water. That's right.
Yeah, Water at a Wedding.
Water at a Wedding. Yeah. It sounds like y'all approached it from a real pop perspective. Are you going to try to do more traditional stuff? I didn't really hear a lot of fiddle and steel. What's your approach for where direction you want to go musically?
Yeah, my stuff's always going to be a little different. My live show is always different than what's kind of in the studio. I grew up again, playing in bluegrass bands and having a big deep love for that stuff. But the difficult thing about being a new artist in Nashville is budget. And there's so many things you got to spend money on. And, I produced that song in my bedroom and at my house. And so...
Did you play everything on it?
Played everything on it with the help of another buddy, Jason Massey, who dialed in the mix. But, that was the demo. And that was literally just a demo. And, I don't hire, I don't play fiddle, so like I didn't really hire out and farm out. And my budget to finish the song was $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And for reference for everybody out there, to hire a musician to play on something is usually $1,000. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard right now. Country music's making more money than ever, but the creators are really not yet.
Think about this, man. Back in the 90s, if you were a songwriter, if you got one single a year and it went top 5, number 1 hopefully, and you got say 6 album cuts, you were making $250,000 to $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you're not getting singles, you ain't making no money.
Nope.
I mean, because streaming does not pay the same as radio airplay, and it does not pay the same as album sales. I mean, so it's really affected the bottom line of a lot of really good songwriters because you're not going to write. I mean, you're going to go through dry spells. Everybody does, but those album cuts sustained a lot of people for a long time, and that's kind of gone away.
Yeah, no, 100%. It definitely has, and it affects the quality in some ways. I would have loved to originally, and hopefully, the song continues to do what it's been doing, and I can reapproach it and do a radio version that's got live drums. I would have loved to do that, but I'm still trying to prove myself to my label, to my team, and show them like, hey, I'm an investment that is worth making, and I know they believe that, but hey, they got bosses that they got to answer to too. So I think eventually I'm going to have a lot of different kind of songs, with the production side of things. Going back to that, I love all kinds of country music, and I think the story of this song leans traditional, and I think that's what's interesting about having the pop leaning production is it kind of it makes your ear go like, wait, why do I love and hate this at the same time?
I thought it was very well done. I mean, it's very chorusy guitars. I mean, a little bit more on the pop side. But it's all good, man. Country is the melting pot of everything. I mean, swing, blues, and R&B. I mean, it's a mosh pit of everything that you can imagine.
It's got to be, yeah. Oh, 100%.
I think that makes country very interesting these days.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And I think that that's what's fun about listening to like Morgan Wallen's record. In the past few that he's done, he's got songs that go from every different side of the spectrum. It's like a playlist. I mean, you can literally listen to a Morgan record and not have to change it because sonically it's so different, and he's going through all the different shit that he likes. That's what I eventually want to do. Unfortunately, I'm going single by single right now, but hopefully I can show people a little bit more about where I come from and what I listen to.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering about the Water at a Wedding.
Yeah.
Did you have the whole premise in mind when you started writing that song?
Yeah, we did. That was a song that kind of came from a real place, and that's which has kind of been the theme behind the song, and with the social media side of it. But that was a song that when you come in with that title, I think we had talked about other ideas that were just like, this is kind of cool, It was just simple, down the middle radio ideas, but then none of it was really clicking. I mean, and I wrote it with two other great songwriters, Chase McGill and Matt Draxstrom. But we were also kind of jaded that day. We're like, I don't want to write just an in-the-box song today. Like, what else we got? And got to this concept. It's like, all right, this is going to be controversial. Somebody will probably never, ever cut this, which they didn't. That's why I did it. But it was so fun to fucking write and to dig into. And, we got to that bridge and we were like, let's drop the bomb. And we had the bomb before we even started writing the song, but we just kept holding it and finally pulled the pin on the grenade.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow. So what's the rest of the year entail? Are you doing a bunch of dates?
Yeah, so I think this coming weekend's my last weekend off till Christmas, I think. So
there you go.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited to not sleep.
Do you know when you're getting in the bus?
I think September. So
right around the corner, man.
Right around the corner. I think we got just some fly dates. It's gonna be the shittiest bus in the lot for sure, dude.
You're gonna break down. It'll be great.
Dude, emotionally and bus.
We break down all the time.
Yeah, dude.
It's just part of it, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. It's again, emotionally we'll break down and all that stuff too. So it's gonna be all of us just taking turns crying in the back, dude. We're so stoked for it. Me and my band, I gotta give them a shout out. They'll watch this. We've been through it, dude. It's been rough. The past
so we
few
ought
years.
we ought to share some of our bus games with them.
Please do.
Bus ball, okay?
Bus ball sounds crazy.
I'll say when we're most of us we in one bus off and on for a while or two buses. So say we're sitting in the white bus, which is right next to us, which is the band bus, and it's a big front lounge, little stateroom lounge in the back. So say if we're sitting here, we playing with the football and everything. Whoever walks in the door, you throw them the ball, and they have to fight their way to the back. It's full contact. We'd come home beat up, bruised up, black eyes. I mean,
insane.
Just beat to hell. I mean, and when you get the ball, you better move because everybody's fixing to tackle the shit out of you. We were aggressive. I can't do it no more. I mean, we used to fight.
You had to retire bus ball.
Yeah.
Our steel player didn't know this game, and I usually have two footballs out here because I just love to just throw a ball around or whatever.
Yeah.
Have something to do. So I said, "Hey Sam, come over here to Tracy's bus with me." Just walk over. I think Joe was sitting here, whatever it was. And so we walk up the front there, and I hand him the ball. And then Sam takes one step forward, and Joe was sitting there watching the TV, and without missing a beat, he saw that Sam stepped just past the threshold. He got up and speared his ass almost through that window, dude.
Oh, my God.
And Sam was like, what the fuck?
Bus ball.
Yeah, but it's just bus ball shit, dude.
Oh,
my
We
God.
were aggressive, man. Yeah.
Damn,
We've calmed way down.
We'll adopt that. Yeah. We'll adopt that, dude.
It's healthy,
bro. It's so sad, dude. We came up with a version of that last weekend. We were playing a very sad casino gig. It was raining. It was in Florida over the 4th of July. They were amazing. The crowd was great, but it was just like we had got booked on that show a week before we played it. We were like, oh my God, we're gonna be off for the 4th of July. This is so sick, dude. Before we hit it hard this fall, and then agent calls me. He's like, hey, we got an offer for you to play this casino, like a little residency down in Florida, and it's enough money to where you can't turn it down. I'm like, fuck. So we go down there, dude, and it's a brand new casino. It was beautiful, but the backstage area, dude, it was just, we were bored. And I mean, it was Florida, but it was raining, and it was like around Okeechobee, so just no beach, nothing out there. And so we're just like, what can we do? And my bass player's got bad back problems. He's got a tennis ball that he'll just like rub us on his back. And so we're just like, can we just throw his tennis ball around? Before we knew it, we had this game where we would just like throw it back and forth, and we just go, all right, 1, 2, 3, locked in, and go like back and forth. And whoever dropped it first had to take a shot of whiskey. And,
okay. Yeah.
And we dropped it a good bit. And by the time we got on stage, we're like, I fucking love Florida, dude. Oh my God, I love it out here. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, alcohol is a big part of everything you do on the road. Yeah. I don't. It's just always been part of the culture for us.
Yeah,
it really is. And I've dialed way back over the years, man. I don't drink during the day anymore. But we used to just roll, son. I mean, I'm telling you, that's a big part of it out here. Especially when most venues are providing alcohol for you. Or every industry event's got alcohol out, and it's just a part of the culture.
Well, yeah, we gotta have fun too. Obviously, you know, there's the lines. Mom, I get it. You know, but like there's obviously the lines. But, you know, I always try to look at it like, if I was going to a concert, I want the person on stage to be having the same fucking awesome time that I'm having. And if I'm at a show, I'm drinking a beer. And I'm drinking a handful of beers. I want to feel like the guy that I'm watching is having the same good time. And, you know, we try to bring that same energy.
I'd love to see a red Solo cup. The artist drink, it's like it could be sweet tea in there. I don't care, but I'm going to imagine it's Crown Royal. Like, please have a red Solo cup. Don't tell me what's in it. Just chug along.
Oh, dude, I love that, dude. Do y'all have a like a cheers before you go on stage?
Nah, y'all might on another bus.
Yeah,
yeah. I want to hear it, dude.
It's our steel players. He says, "All right, y'all. Here's to the 3 M's: music, money, and titties."
Yeah. That's close to ours. I don't know if I can say mine. Yeah. That's good, dude. I like that one. 3 M's.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year for you, man. I think great things are going to come.
I hope so, dude. Yeah, we're on the road with Swindell this fall, so we're in Priscilla Block, so it's gonna be sick, dude. And you know, getting back in, we've been playing a lot of festivals, so getting back in an arena and a closed environment with air conditioning is gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, that's always a good thing too, man. And catering,
absolutely, dude.
Yeah, you hadn't done the fair and festival circuit through the Midwest yet, where you're getting heat lamp chicken for lunch. I mean, that's
Oh, dude, me and my band's side band, like our little funny band that we write just like stupid ass songs that will never see the light of day. But our little band name is Midwest Seafood, because I swear to God, when you play in the Midwest, they are always, instead of like making you the barbecue in Kansas City, dude, like give me barbecue in Kansas City. They're like, no, here's shrimp at catering. And you're like, well, why are you doing that? And then you'll play like by the ocean, and they're like, here's our barbecue. You're like, well, y'all, stop.
Yeah.
So our band name's Midwest Seafood.
Yeah. Well, it's not the best place to eat sushi.
Hell no, no. And they always flex on you like, yo, you gotta try our sushi. I'm like, no, I don't.
I love all kinds of food though, man.
Oh,
but you do get kind of burnt out on the barbecue. That seems to be the go-to for everybody. But people don't realize most of the time after the show, all you ever get's pizza, and I just don't 100%. Eat pizza after the show anymore.
It makes you feel like shit.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Especially after you've had like 25 Budweisers, dude. I mean, that'll.
Well, yeah.
All them carbs, dude. I feel like a tick, dude, when I lay down in the Holiday Inn, bro.
Yeah, all that stuff will catch up with you pretty quick, man.
Yeah, it does. Well, I like to hear that you guys are still having a good time on the road, because you know we're wondering like, will we ever stop doing this? Like, no.
On those 20-hour rides, like we're going to what, South Dakota? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
How far is that? 20 hours?
It's almost 1,000 miles.
So you got to do something. You got enough time to get drunk twice before you ever get there.
I mean, just do it long once, dude. Just do it long once, drunk, dude. I love that.
So what are the covers that you're playing on the road? Give me your influences and stuff.
Man, yeah. So we typically cover. I'm usually only doing like 25, 30-minute sets right now. Yeah. Getting to do headline shows, every now and then, which is fun. But it's been really cool. So I got to see Hardy a few years ago when he first started doing the artist thing, and he always did a little songwriter break and be like, "Hey, like this might be your first time meeting me. My name's Hardy. I've just played songs that you don't know that are mine, but I'm gonna play songs you do know that I wrote." And so I get to do that during my set. So I usually play, a couple of my hits for other people, which kind of calms people down, because I walk on stage. I feel like a lot of people are like, "Who's this little fucker walking up here, dude?" Like, God. So it's like, oh yeah, okay, this guy's legit. So I get to do that, but then I always come out with Keith Urban, Somebody Like You, get to play guitar and do that and go out on the catwalk and do that shit, which I love. And then we'll throw it back. We'll do some Alan Jackson covers and old school Kenny, dude, is always my go-to. Early 2000s Kenny. Yeah. It's always fun. Anything But Mine. We love to play that song. But hopefully, when I get to do more headline shows next year, it'll be fun to sprinkle in more of my influences and take people through a journey with that.
How old are you now?
I'm 29.
Oh, you're getting old, dude.
I am getting old, bro. It's my last year at the twos, dude.
Man.
I'm scared, bro.
Shit. It's time to get married and have kids.
Don't even say that, dude.
Dude, I'm 38 and I've dodged that bullet. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, my God, dude. I'm about to say, is Tracy Lawrence my mom now, dude? God, bro.
Are you going to church on Sunday?
Oh, dude. She has given me shit for water at a wedding. She's like, honey, there's so much drama. Like, people think, you're just stirring the pot. I don't like it.
That makes great songs, Mom.
I was like, exactly. I was like, Mom, you love Folsom Prison Blues. Johnny Cash did not shoot a man in Reno. Like, God. You love that song. It's talking about murder, but yeah.
Yeah.
I've dodged the kid bullet so far. Yeah.
That's a good thing, man. Keep that away as long as you can, man. You got a lot of stuff in front of you.
Yeah, working on it.
Yeah, that's good, man.
It'd be hard to tour right now with a family. So yeah, I'm lucky that my life's kind of gone in the direction. It's obviously fun to see my buddies. I actually just had my first nephew, which is exciting.
That's cool.
Takes the pressure off of me. So my parents got their grandkid. So I get to hold him. He starts screaming, give him back, and leave.
Yeah, and do
out.
that. Give him a lot of candy before you give him back too. Get them all sugared up. That's fun,
dude, 100%. I'm gonna be, drunkle Greylan, dude. That's gonna be 1,000%.
I've got 4 nephews, and I'm one of the greatest cool uncles.
I bet you are, dude.
Because I get to play guitar with Tracy Lawrence, and I have no wife and kids, so I just get to come home, hang out, and drink with them, and then send them on their way.
Oh, I think about that with my nephew. He's gonna be like, oh, my uncle lives in Nashville, dude. He's a country singer-songwriter out there. Oh, that'd be such a flex growing up.
One of the greatest things I've ever been told by one of my nephews, I'm not going to say which one it was, but he said, dude, do you have any idea how much I've gotten because you're my uncle? And I was like, dude, yes, fist bump on that one. Come on, Hoss.
That is awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Proud uncle right here.
Damn, dude. You're like, prove it. No.
Let me see,
dude.
Well, I hope we get a chance to write together. I'd love to write with you. I know you're going to be slammed through the next several months, but I'm in the process of writing for a new record right now.
That'd be amazing.
I'd love to get together and try to pen something. Me and Brady Seals are going to do my next project together.
Yeah.
Brady used to play with Little Texas years ago, so we've been friends for a long time.
Dude, that'd be fucking amazing, man. Yeah. We'll do just do a Wilson County ride, dude.
I think that'd be awesome.
Have you ever read with Ben Hayslip?
I have not, but I know where Ben lives.
Bro,
and
right down the road.
We've talked. We need to get together. That'd be great for the three of us to get together.
Just the three of us.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Dude, and just keep it out here. We don't have to go in town.
I would love that.
That would be so sick.
Awesome, man.
That'd be so sick. Either of y'all's really badass houses, not mine.
He's got a great place.
He's got a great place.
He really does. He's got
a great place. Yeah, he was like,
that's songwriting money right there, baby.
Dude, that's that 30 number one. I think he's got 30 number one money.
That mailbox money gonna come for a while.
That looks a lot different than my mailbox money.
Oh, that's all gonna change. It gets better along the way, man.
I hope so.
You just kind of accumulate things as you grow, man. It's just part of the journey.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's one of those guys, a trailblazer, man. He's sweet human being too. Unfortunately, he's a Georgia fan though, which is tough.
It's better than being an Alabama fan.
That's true. Wait, what's your fan?
Arkansas, man.
Arkansas.
I know, it's a struggle for me. I grew up in Southwest Arkansas, so the Razorbacks, man. It's tough being a Razorback fan.
I'm a Tennessee fan.
I was enjoying baseball season till right up there till they screwed up again.
Yeah. I mean, y'all crushed us.
God dang. I thought Tennessee was going to be great in baseball this year.
I did too.
Football team is going to be awesome again. I think we're still going to struggle again.
Yep.
We need some better recruitment. Things are kind of laying around, but god dang, man.
Yeah, I mean, what? So do you also have the same coach?
Yeah, we've got Coach Pittman still.
Still Pittman.
Yep.
Dude, he is hanging on for dear life,
He
bro.
is. He's a good recruiter, though. I think hopefully he's going to get some more pieces in place this year. This probably will be his last year, though, if something doesn't change.
I felt like y'all's quarterback was decent last year. Y'all beat us.
Yeah, we just didn't have an O-line.
That was a depressing game.
SEC's tough, though, man. I mean, it's
It
just.
is.
I mean, we beat each other up so bad. I mean, the competition is intense. Even
Especially in the West,
your record doesn't always reflect how close a lot of those games were, man. Kentucky's always in there, Arkansas's in there, and God, freaking LSU every year.
LSU. Yeah,
It's so painful.
Yep.
Oh, because I know so many people down there, and I got to listen to all that shit.
Oh, dude, I'm friends with the Davis brothers, dude, Jacob and Jordan, and dude, they just I don't know who's worse. Georgia fans are pretty bad, but mainly it's because they're grown men barking at you.
Yeah.
Which always feels weird. You know, it's like, why'd you just do that? Like,
And that's Luke and Aldine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Oh, dude, and every year Tennessee gets their ass kicked, and I know they do, but I know we're gonna get our ass kicked. I don't expect that, but I just get voice memos of just from all those guys. I'm like, what, that is? Did you do that in public just now? That's crazy, bro.
How do you feel about the changes in college, the transfer portal and NIL and all that stuff? It's kind of tough right now.
We were asking a Tennessee fan who just lost Nico,
Yeah.
so I mean that was a hard one, man. I don't know how you walk into Neyland Stadium, sold out at a Morgan Wallen show, as the starting quarterback of Tennessee, and be like, I want to leave for a couple more mil. And when you're going to go to the NFL, like that is just an electric atmosphere. You're a rich 19-year-old.
That was not managed well at all.
No.
And he was getting bad advice. I don't know if it was his dad
Yeah.
that was contributing to the. They started grabbing at the money, and I think it was the wrong decision because I mean they could have won the national championship this next year.
100%. I mean, they
Absolutely.
made the playoff in his first full year as a starter. You know, we got our ass kicked by Ohio State, which was tough. But I mean, he was going to never buy another beer again in Knoxville.
Yeah.
And dude, he would have had the most electric memories, and all for a couple more mil.
Yeah.
Which I mean, dude, I hated the way that went down. I'm sure the University of Tennessee probably
It's a
handled it in
jagged
a
pill
weird
to
way.
swallow, man. It
is.
Tennessee fans. I mean, all fans of the SEC and all their respective colleges are intense. It's a religion down here, man. People don't realize how intense the SEC really is.
No, I mean they don't, and you know it's wild to see the fandom affecting the players now. You know, because there is so much money involved. It is pretty crazy because I mean, if you spend that much money and you don't win, that's tough. I mean, it's interesting with y'all's basketball team though. I mean, y'all spent a fuck ton of money and kind of got something out of it though.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't follow basketball as much as I do baseball and football. It's kind of my third tier down.
Yeah.
This is the most awful time of college sports of the whole year. I mean, it's down to watching freaking bowling on TV and stuff.
Oh no, dude! Who do you think you are? I am. You know, yeah. It's
And
crazy.
I can't watch. You know that they're trying to force this spring football down your throat. I just can't watch
that
football in
UFL or
spring.
whatever.
I can't do it,
yeah.
man. It's just
No.
it's not. I mean, I'm not ready to watch football till we hit the fall. I mean, August preseason's okay, but I mean, it's not. Football starts in September to me. That's when everything's supposed to get rolling.
Oh no! I mean, we watch the UFL. You're like, it kind of makes you sad. You know, they're like talking about the running back. They're like, yeah, this guy's tore his ACL 14 times. You know, in the NFL. Now he's playing for the UFL.
Making
Dude.
$250 a game.
Yeah,
Pretty
literally,
sad.
bro. I saw him at Dick's Sporting Goods last night, bro. You're like, oh wow, that's fucking depressing.
My
dude.
daughter Keegan, she's sitting right there.
Yeah.
She went and saw roller derby the other day, and I've been wanting to go to roller derby in Nashville forever.
Was
man.
it dope?
Yeah.
I bet it was.
I've never been to roller derby or lingerie bowl either. I'd like to go to the lingerie bowl.
I didn't know they had that.
They do
lingerie.
have those things, man.
I just learned about the Hannah Banana baseball or whatever the
Those
hell it is.
Savannah
Oh,
bananas,
the Savannah
man.
bananas.
Yeah, man, they sold out in Nissan for like 2 nights, man.
What is that, dude?
That's crazy.
Is that an official like? Is
No,
it-
they have like 4 teams. They built their own little conference, so it's like Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
that's right.
That's
That's
kind of
right.
what they
I
are.
got
It's all so they got a guy pitching and batting on stilts. They have all their little weird rules, like if it's if it's your third strike and you whiff the ball, you can run the bases, and they have to go through a progression before they can get you out. So they got all these different rules and stuff. It's pretty cool.
It confuses the shit out of me, dude. And to sell out Nissan Stadium is wild. 60,000 tickets.
Oh, I know. It's crazy, man. So we were out in Denver just a few weeks ago, and we went to a Rockies Dodgers game and got to sit right behind home plate, like just a few rows back. The Rockies are awful.
They're terrible.
They're so bad. I mean, they're like 36 games out of first place in their conference.
Oh, they're horrible.
And it was so funny. So the place is packed with Dodger fans, and we're sitting there, and I'm respectful because the Rockies gave us our tickets and everything, and I got a jersey on. I went and bought a jersey, and they're just heckling the shit out of every guy that comes up to the plate. The pitcher, you're going back to AAA. It was awesome, man. We had the best time.
That's gotta hurt, dude. That's gotta hurt to hear.
Painful, dude.
Oh, that's gotta hurt to hear, bro.
I love going to a good baseball game, getting a cold beer and a hot dog. Son, ain't nothing better on a warm Sunday.
Dude, I went to that Rocky Stadium's nice as hell.
It's really nice.
I mean, Dodgers fans are miserable.
They're brutal.
God, sorry, Dodgers fans, but you guys are awful, dude.
I sat there and laughed. It was so funny.
That's a crazy insult. Those like just below the belt. It's like, you're going back to AAA, dude. I'd be like, fuck, I probably am. Like,
go back to AAA.
Oh, dude, that's a tough one, dude.
Insulting their height and
just ripping them.
Everything they could come up with.
It was terrible. But I enjoy the insults. I thought they were great.
Oh, they're hilarious, bro. But that there's gotta be a couple of as a baseball player, like, fuck, that's probably true. How do you know that?
I have never been to Neyland Stadium. I've never been.
You've never been there?
I've never been there. I mean, we've played. We played the basketball.
Yeah, Thompson Ball.
We played the basketball arena. We were there with Riley Green last year.
Yeah,
but I've never been in Neyland Stadium. I need to go to a ball game.
Oh, you guys gotta go, man.
It's like one of the largest in the country. It's like 112, 11,000
it's
people
around that. Yeah, 100,000 plus, dude. I mean, it's massive, and it gets so loud. And they've done a really good job preserving it while keeping it, renovating it over the years. But it is, there's nothing like it, dude. I mean, I've been to games at Alabama, which no offense to Brian Denny, but Neyland is special, bro. It's like a Coliseum in there. That one's crazy. I'm hoping to get down to a Georgia game. I want to see what that's like between the hedges. Would be dope. I'm sure the Swamp is. I mean, again, just SEC stadiums are nuts. But
LSU's
Neyland,
intense, man. I've been to games at LSU. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. I want to get down there, especially a night game at LSU. That's probably scare the shit out of me. But
you ever been to a Bristol race,
dude? I sang the national anthem at Bristol one year when I was like 12.
Oh, wow.
And that was a horrifying experience, dude. It was the longest national anthem I think recorded of all time, unofficially. Dude, they told me, they're like, I didn't know what in-ears were, and they told my dad in the email, they're like, hey, make sure he brings in-ears, and we're like earplugs. All right, we get there, and
because of the boom and the slapback, yeah.
Because it's all just aluminum seats, just bleachers. And I mean, that's like 110, 15,000 people at least. And so I get out there to sound check. I'm like, and it's just like, say. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's louder than you can hear yourself. And so it just slowed me down so much because I could hear myself. I mean, I got done. Everybody's like, wow, okay. God. That was a long, dude, it was terrible. It was like it was in slow motion. But dude, that place is electric. I went to the football game out there when Tennessee played Virginia Tech, and it was insane.
Then I've been to a couple of night races at Bristol, and that's the coolest stuff, man. When you're there and it's dark, and those cars are making those hitting that high bank, and every time they bottom out, they shoot sparks out behind them.
Oh, it's crazy,
just freaking awesome.
Oh, dude, watching Kyle Busch in his prime race at Bristol was unbelievable at a night race. Dude, that place was amazing. We used to go up there to every night race, and even just like everything around Bristol, just the redneck shit that's going on in the campgrounds, man. It's I would have loved to play a show out there at some point. That'd be fun to just get hammered with some NASCAR fans out there, bro.
I think we were there. We did it was Morgan Wallen and Hardy. It was the night before Hardy had the bus wreck 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I busted it was drizzling on stage. I walked out there in my cowboy boots, and I slipped and busted my ass right in front of everybody, dude. I popped right back up, but I mean, my feet came right out from under me. I fell flat on my ass.
Did people get on video?
I'm sure somebody did. I mean, I walked out there and just immediately busted.
Do you have it? You would have it. You would have found it. Yeah. She would have had
it. The most terrified I have ever been singing the national anthem, going back to that, I did the George Foreman, Tommy Morrison heavyweight bout in Las Vegas, 93, something like that. It was before.
Damn,
it was Tommy Morrison knocked George Foreman out, I believe. I'd never been in a boxing rink before, and I get up there, and there's all these A-list celebrities all around. They drop the microphone. I'm literally just.
I would have shit my pants.
That's the most terrified I've ever been singing in my entire life. It scared the crap out of me.
Did you nail it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, thank God.
I had a natural vibrato. I know that.
Hell yeah, you did, dude. Like, God, that vibrato's fast as fuck, dude.
But you're looking around, you're seeing like Shannon Daugherty and all these people. I mean, just all these celebrities and stuff. I was scared to freaking death, man.
That's got to be terrifying, dude. I can't imagine even like just playing at award shows. Like just seeing everybody standing up there has got to be,
and knowing everybody's judging.
They're judging the shit out of you, dude.
God.
They're staring holes through your body, bro.
Without a doubt.
And and also people at home, because it never sounds.
It always sounds like crap on TV.
Yeah, it sounds fine. Like everybody's always like, do they not know they sound like shit? No, we don't know, because in an arena where these award shows are, it sounds awesome because it's loud. And it's like a concert.
How did they make American Idol sound so much better than it does at award shows? I don't understand that. Because they really do.
I think it's delayed, right? I think they're maybe a delayed mix.
They're mixing it out.
Yeah.
And I think they're mixing it on the fly. I think they have a little bit of delay, but they're actually mixing live going to TV when those award shows come down.
I don't know how we don't get it right after all these years.
It's like it just always sounds so bad. It's always so thin and isolated, and there's just no warmth. There's no bottom end to it.
There's nothing to it. It's
awful.
like the gain structure is just terrible. It's like it's like a deaf person did it.
Yeah,
it's just
crazy.
It's awful. I don't know how. There's just no energy when you watch through a TV.
Yeah, it's tough. But they're always fun, man. I enjoy it. You had a chance to walk the red carpets, anything yet?
Yeah, dude. I got to. So we were nominated for Song of the Year for the first time with that Jordan song at the CMAs last year, and I'd say I was nervous as a cat. I'd never walked the red carpet before, so that was my first time. And answering questions as a nominee was amazing, but we lost. And we lost.
But it's just an honor to be nominated.
That's what they kept. The amount of times I said that till I was blue in the face, dude. Yeah. And it's still just like there's nothing like your heartbeat, when they're announcing it.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the classic like, where am I sitting? I was in the aisle seat. I'm like, fuck yeah, we won, dude. And lost. And we lost to Tracy Chapman's Fast Car with Luke Combs, and that was a wild thing to lose to. To lose to a song that was out before I was born was crazy.
Yeah.
But then we went down to the ACMs.
But that was a really big record, man.
It was a crazy big record.
I mean, it was huge for Luke.
It was massive, dude. He did a great job with it. And then we got nominated for ACM Song of the Year, and we won that one, which was amazing. So the red carpet was fun, but then we did the winner's carpet, which that's kind of a trap, dude, because after songwriters win Song of the Year, the first thing we're doing is just drinking heavily.
No.
Heavily. It's the first thing we did. And so, Jordan, he's being, Mr. Political, dude. He's back there just so buttoned up, like Jordan is. And me and Chase McGill, my co-writer, were just getting shit-faced. And so we're like, dude, let's take these shots at the bathroom. We had just 4 shots, like little plastic cups, like per person, dude. And we're like, all right, we're walking like this to the bathroom. We go in there and we take these shots of whiskey, dude. We're just like yelling, we're like, yeah, we did it. And then stall opens up and Cody Johnson walks out, dude. And he's like, I've never heard grown men scream that loud in my entire life. And we're like,
uh-oh.
And dude, I've never met Cody, and we're in Texas. We're like, oh my God. And he had his guitar on him, dude. He was about to go on stage.
In the bathroom stall?
In the bathroom,
How do you
dude.
do that?
He was going to pee right before he went on stage. He was about to walk on stage, and he's like, are you the boys that just won Song of the Year? We're like, yeah. He's like, congratulations, fellas. And he gave us a little fist bump, walks out, dude, and just walks right on stage.
Did he wash his hands?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I'm not gonna confirm or deny. I can't remember because I was shit-faced. I can't remember. You know what, Cody? You washed your hands, bro. You washed your hands, dude. I'm gonna say that.
There you go.
It was legendary, dude. But we had to do the winner's carpet after that, and I look at the pictures. I'm just geeking, dude. I'm smiling so hard, bro. And
dude, when you were a kid dreaming about doing all this, what was the dream? Was it riding on the bus? Was it meeting all the other celebrities? What was the dream? I mean, when you visualized it in your mind when you were a kid, what did you see?
That's a great question. I think playing the hometown venue was always like
that's huge.
The coming home, being famous, and coming home and playing a coming home show was always like the one that
and that girl that dished you that you went
oh yeah, dude.
That's a big part of it too.
I just drive my tour bus by her house, dude, and bro, I just throw that little bag of shit out at her, dude. Throw that out, bro. I think that'd probably be it, man. Bag of shit for sure, dude.
There's a song in there somewhere.
my David Allen Coe bucket, dude, just out the window in the front yard, dude.
Wow,
bro, 100%. You just imagine like it's just like you're locked in though. You're playing the show and like you're locked in, seeing her out there. The guys that were like, yo, that fuck him, dude. And yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. But I mean, and also my family, man. I've been very lucky that my family's got to stick around and see me go from moving to Nashville and doing this. I mean, they didn't understand songwriting, I mean, any more than I did. And when I first got there and I told them I was not going to be playing shows for a while, I was just going to be writing songs, they were like, is there money in that? And
yes, a lot of people don't really understand. I mean, how many times do people come, so did you sell your song to that person?
Selling songs.
It's you can't really explain. They think that somebody calls you and said, I'd like to buy your song. I'm going to give you $5,000 for this song. It doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't work like that.
But publishing is probably the most confusing part of this business.
Yeah.
It's a really hard thing for people to
you
wrap
talk about
their
the
head
splits
around.
and the contracts, all that
there's
stuff,
there's 100% writers, there's 100% publishers, so there's 200% to a song. Yeah, it's kind of confusing to explain.
We have made it very confusing, and it's so confusing that we make no money at it either. Barely any.
At least we hadn't fallen into the trap like they do out in California. And I've heard rumors that you go into a writer's appointment with 2 or 3 guys, and everybody's counting words. Like, I got 12 words in this first verse, and you didn't get any, so you're not getting paid for this. I hate that crap.
Yeah, no, I do too.
But I don't like writing more than 3 people. I kind of got a cutoff point. It gets too confusing.
Yeah, absolutely does.
People.
I've gone back to doing more just 2 ways, just man to man, writing a song. I think it's a lot more personal that way. But I've had success with songs. They're 4 ways, but it's definitely a lot more chaotic. But I think that's a lot of artists being songwriters too, and then they have their producer, and they have such short timelines that they need their producer there so they can produce the song as soon as you get done writing it. So then you just got the 2 writers, and all of a sudden it's a 4-way. So it's a little tough. But yeah, a lot of people don't understand how this works. And yeah, the selling songs thing is always a funny question to answer.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I sure have enjoyed this visit.
Thank you so much.
Have I missed anything? Anything else we need to discuss?
No, dude, bro. Let's get together and write and play more shows.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Let's do it. And drink some whiskey and beer, dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great, James.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.